Hello again from Product World. Today we're going to do the final stages of homemade wine making, and this will include adding finings, which will be added. There's two separate finings to add. One will be added today and one will be added tomorrow. Okay. The final stage will also include bottling, and I'm using bottles with metal caps, and you must remember these have to be sanitized properly. Okay. Over and above that, you will also need plastic spoon, and for the first time I'm going to be using or trying out a bag in a box, so quite looking forward to doing that. Obviously you won't need as many bottles. You'll roughly need about 30 bottles, and this is a 3 litre bag in a box, so if I do one of these, maybe somewhere about 25-26 bottles as well. Okay, so to adding the finings themselves, here is your 2 sachets of finings, one to be added today, and it's a simple process of snip the corner so far and pour that straight in. Okay, squeeze out, and you want to mix that in well, and then after about 3 hours up to 1 day, preferably up to 1 day, you'll add the final sachet of finings. It's also best practice to make sure you keep the lid on in between any mixings, and that keeps any bacteria in the air out of your liquid. I've now left the liquid for approximately 10-11 hours now, and we're now ready to pretty much add the next sachet, which is the super finings, and pretty much similar to the last finings. It's just snip the corner like so, squeeze the sachet contents into the bucket, full contents in, just like that, perfect, and give it a good stir as before, very similar, and that should be ready in roughly about a day. I'm going to leave that overnight, and it should be nice and clear, ready for bottling, and then we'll go through the bottling process. Okay, and remember, stick the lid back on top. You should also be looking to make sure you don't need to move your container so you can bottle it, because there may still be some sediment in the bottom of your container that you don't want to disturb and get into the bottles of wine that you're going to be bottling. I've actually racked this off. This will be the 4th time, and I'm hoping you can see the clarity compared to after I've added the stabiliser and then the super finings. There's a complete difference. So hopefully this will help during the bottling, because there is now very little, if any, sediment on the bottom. So to the bottling, I'm first going to start with a bag in a box and see how I go with that. Okay. Right. First I'm going to start with the bag in a box, and it's pretty simple to fill. You just pull this out of here like so and fill the bag. So we'll go ahead and do that. You want to try and get as much air out the bag as possible, and it does tend to froth if you run it too fast. Okay, now that's our bag full. And pop that on. I put the tap on the bag there, and you can actually push it in fully 3 clicks, but I've only pushed it in 2 because I've been told that it is, if you want to reuse the bag, it is very difficult if you push it in 3 clicks to get it back out again. So I'm pushing it in 2 and hopefully it won't leak. Okay, so onto the bottles themselves. You need to make sure that your bottles and your caps are all properly sterilised, and once they're rinsed, you can place them upside down. I use one of these plastic containers that holds 30 bottles quite well. You can buy these things that look like Christmas trees once the bottles are on top of them, or on them should I say, and obviously you need your caps. You might want to get yourself a chair at this point, and it's pretty simple. You just bring your bottle up to the tap and open the tap. Be sure to allow the air to escape without it overflowing. Bit at a time. And you really want to get as much air away as possible. To roughly about halfway up the neck there of the bottle is where you're aiming to be. Once filled, get your cap, which has a soft pad just inside it, and that soft pad creates the seal. So you need a nice firm tightness on the lid. Again, be careful when you're filling and try not to create too much foam. If you fill it too fast, you'll get too much foam at the top. If you get too much foam at the top, you can actually just set it aside and top it up once the foam is settled, and just continue the process until all is done. You may want to check the clarity of that. Don't know if you can, how well you can see that. Not bad. That's 4 rackings I've done. As you get further down, you may want to tilt the bucket up to get the liquid up to the tap. So here I've ended up with 25 bottles of wine, a 4 bottle carton and a little tipple for the maker. So cheers to everybody. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe and definitely comment. Cheers. Thanks for watching. Bye.